This is the plaintiff, Mario Radosta. He says he gave a script he'd written to the defendant, a filmmaker. And 4 years later, the guy made the movie without telling him, and he's really, really upset. The defendant out and out stole his property, sneakily tried to film the movie behind his back, and he's suing for what he's owed, the state max of $5,000. This is the defendant, Ari Taub. He says he and the plaintiff had known each other for years, and he made a movie from 2008 to 2012 with his screenplay. He admits he made the movie without the plaintiff's consent because the guy's a pain and he didn't want him anywhere near the set. They made an agreement that when the film was released, he would pay the plaintiff 3% of the film's budget. Problem is, the film still hasn't been released, so he doesn't owe him a dime. He's accused of filching a film.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn. Your honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Mario Radosta?
Yes, Judge.
You are suing Ari Taub and 79 Parts LLC, as well as Hit and Run Productions, for $5,000 that you say they owe you based on an agreement you had with them.
Right.
Okay.
The agreement says that...
No, put down the agreement. Talk to me and tell me how this came about. Let's start from the beginning.
Well, it came about around, was it 2010? Ari came to me and said he wanted to make the film. He showed me a rewrite.
He wanted to make a film that was based on?
My script.
Okay. And you had shown him that script when?
He had that script for about 20 years or so.
20 years?
Yeah, we were friends for like 25 years.
Okay. And so 20 years later, he says, I want to make a movie out of your script.
Yes, he shows me a rewrite.
What's the basic premise in it?
The basic premise is a lawyer trying to finish up law school borrows money from the mob because he can't get money from his father because his father is in white-collar prison for stock manipulation and stuff. So he borrows the money from the mob, and he can't pay it back. So the mobster has a mistress, and she's going to be deported to Italy, and so the
lawyer.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
The law student has to marry the mistress so she could stay in the country.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Okay? Otherwise, he's going to get hurt by the mob.
Yeah. Okay. So he comes to you to say, I want the rights to it, I want to do it. You say what? No?
I said, I read the rewrite.
Oh, okay.
I said, I don't like it.
Okay.
No, you want to do my original script? Fine. And he didn't want to do that. So then we parted company. And then I found out on Facebook, like a few years later, that he was shooting the film, already shot the film.
Without your permission?
Without my permission.
Without giving you credit, without paying you, without buying your intellectual
He gave me partial credit, but...
Wait, no, hold on. At this point, there's no credit. He's just shooting the film, and he said, Okay. So you find out, and then you reach out to him?
Yeah, I was
How long had you two not seen each other at that point when you reach out to him? I mean, are you seeing each other regularly or no?
We've been in contact with each other, so this was all hidden. He hid this from me for years.
Like, do you socialize together?
Yeah, I spoke to him on the phone. I also have like a business deal with him, renting film equipment.
Oh my goodness!
So he just did this all under cover.
All right, so
and
if
it wasn't for Facebook, I would have never known about it.
And Facebook strikes again. All right, so and then you find out that he's got some pretty named talent involved in doing it. In fact, who was it?
Well, was it Eric Roberts?
Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts, who I love, Pope of Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
I mean, I followed his rocky life forever. So
he plays the father. He plays the father of the kid.
Yeah.
He's good.
So you find out on Facebook, and what do? You call him?
Yeah, I called him up. I said,
that's Julia Roberts' brother, right?
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I called him up, and I was like furious, to say the least. Called him every name under the book.
Sure.
You know?
And what did he say?
He did his old Ari Taub thing, you know. Oh, you know, you were too difficult to deal with, and blah, 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 and you're a pain and stuff like that. I said, well, why did you make it anyway? If you don't want to deal with me, don't deal with me. Don't go behind my back
Get your
and do
own
what
idea.
you did.
Right.
He's just a sneaky...
Right. But see, that's not the lawsuit I have in front of me. The lawsuit I have in front of me is a different one, because at that point, the two of you get together and you sign an agreement. And this is when, in 2013?
2013, correct.
Right. You sign an agreement. May I have a copy of the agreement?
Yes.
Now, no lawyer is involved in the agreement, right? Yeah,
This is the
you guys
original.
just- yeah, we have a name for people like you. We call them litigants.
This is the original agreement.
All right. And so here's the agreement. 79 parts / the arrangement. So 79 parts refers to what?
Well, I thought the movie should take place in 1979 and 79 parts because we did a lot of alterations to the original story. And so the guy who he borrows money from is a chop shop dealer. So he's
Got
doing
it.
79 parts cars.
Okay. I, Mario Radasta. Who authored this?
Ari
You
Tao.
or him?
Well, I typed it, but he dictated what was to be on there.
Is that accurate?
Some of it, yes.
Who dictated the rest of it?
We went back and forth.
Okay.
It went back and forth
So
until the
truly
final
a
agreement.
collaborative effort for once.
Not really.
Exactly.
Why are you stealing the guy's idea? Like you have like no shame. You're completely unapologetic. It's a pain. I didn't want to deal with him. I mean, that doesn't mean you get to steal somebody's idea.
You have to look at this from another perspective, which is that he's written.
Theft. That's the perspective of the thief.
Can I make a point?
Yeah, but
Thank you,
seriously,
Your
come
Honor.
on. I mean,
He's written many screenplays. None of them have been produced. He had.
you're doing him a favor.
I'm doing him a favor, exactly.
Are you kidding me? I was being sarcastic.
I'm serious.
You don't get to steal someone's idea because you know what's best for them. You know, there are intellectual property laws in place. For the love of God. All right. In consideration for this agreement, I understand I am to receive credit in the opening credits of the film, blah, 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 written by Mario Radasta and Chuck. Chuck is whoever did the rewrite?
One of the rewriters.
I further understand that I am to receive 2 credits at the end, blah, blah, blah. In further consideration of the agreement, I understand I am about to receive a total of 3%. I am to receive a total of 3 percentage points of the profits of the film, shared by the managing members of the film. Have you collected any profits from the film?
No.
Have you been paid anything from the film?
No.
Have the people who invested in it been paid anything?
Nothing.
Okay. Now, in addition, I will receive, and this is really the bone of contention between you folks. In addition, I will receive 3% of the total production budget of the film after it is completed and ready for distribution. The $1,000 advance will be deducted from this fee. So at the time of this agreement, $1,000 was paid, correct?
Yes,
All right.
Your Honor.
So, talk to me.
Well, 3% of the budget, and I got the budget is two.
How did you get the budget?
I got it from the producer who didn't know that he didn't have the rights to the script. So,
Wow. Did
So
that
he
cause a little
manipulated
problem?
that
A little
too.
dust up?
Oh, yeah.
As well it should.
He was pissed.
Of course he was, because what you're doing is wrong. It's not just wrong legally, it's wrong morally, and you put his money at risk by doing that. So I'm sure he's angry. I'm sure that this is going to follow you in your career. Let's go.
That's the
That's the budget. So he gave you the budget so that you can stake your claim. What's going on with the film?
Well, we're trying to get distribution. We just finished the mix. I have a piece of evidence here, the invoice for the final mix here. I'd like to give it to you, Your Honor.
Okay, tell me what that means. I don't know.
Final mix. When you finish a film, you have to make sure all the audio is correct. You know, a lot of people don't realize when you make a movie, it's not just finished magically. You have to go through it. You got to check and remove any bad audio, or if there's
Sure.
like buzzing or whatever, you know. And so we had to do ADR. We got to get the actors back. We shot this thing over 7 years, so we were shooting little bits at a time. That's 79 parts. Like, we shot it in 79 parts. The actors actually aged during the movie, but they weren't supposed to. So,
Yeah. Tell me about it.
a lot of
All right.
makeup. A lot of makeup.
Right. Oh, that's fine. But his position is, in addition, I will receive 3% of the total production budget of film after it is completed and ready for distribution. And he says, well, the film's completed and it's ready for distribution, and I want my 3% of the budget. So he's suing you. So what is your answer to that?
Can I give a little history
Yeah.
on this? All right. So when I met Mario many years ago, we had collaborated on a couple of projects, and I learned quickly that once on the set, he became very difficult. And gets very irritated. He gets annoyed. He doesn't like the way things are being done. He tries to take over, take control. So I learned very early on that I was not having a good time with him, and I tried to stop him from coming on the sets. And we worked on a couple of projects together, a short film, then we did a play together. And as I got more involved with him, he became more and more difficult. He had this screenplay he'd written years ago that was sitting on the shelf, and I really loved his concept. He's a funny writer. He's a talented guy.
Mr. Taub, We know. We know you stole his screenplay. You just think there's no consequence because he's difficult, and that's not the law.
All right, let me just get right
You
to
don't
my...
get to steal a man's screenplay because you want the good without the bad. If you don't want to work with him, your remedy is go write your own or hire another writer or do whatever. But your remedy is not to take his idea, make it into a movie, not tell him, have him find out on Facebook. That's not your remedy because he's difficult.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, God, you guys, if a film goes to a film festival, is that the same as distributing the film? Okay, I will give you guys a shot. No, you don't take the microphone.
Okay, I think that it's the same thing because, like, if it's going to a film festival, then it's being like experienced to like a lot of other people.
So it's distributed.
Yeah. So that therefore the director of the film.
Where are you guys from?
UCLA.
Okay. Did you have anything to drink today?
No. It's my 21st birthday.
Oh.
It's my 21st birthday.
It's your 21st.
And you didn't have anything to drink today?
I might have had bottomless mimosas before that. Oh, so he should get credit.
Going inside the courtroom.
We started negotiating with him on this contract after we started shooting the film, which I know was wrong, and it should have been done beforehand, but I had not been able to get him to agree to anything.
Then you don't get to do it.
Right. You're correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so anyway, so let's get to something that matters in the lawsuit.
Yeah, he put this clause in, this
Right.
contract, and I tried to get it removed many, many times. We had
What do you mean?
I asked him to remove that clause about
Yeah,
getting...
but you signed it with that clause.
Let me get to that. I didn't...
No, tough. You signed it. See, you seem to think that the rules don't apply to you. You signed it with that clause. So now give me your best defense on why it's not ready for distribution. Because the phraseology was not once it's distributed. The phrase, which would then be the same as it's distributed, give me 3% of the profits. All right, the phraseology was ready for distribution. So he says, they're done. It's ready for distribution. You say, no, this isn't what ready for distribution means. That's your only possible defense. So argue to me and let me understand how it's not, quote, ready for distribution. Go ahead.
Well, the mix wasn't finished. We couldn't afford to do the mix. We didn't have the money to finish the movie. We screened the film. We had test screenings, and we hit screen the film.
Did you put it in any...
In film festivals.
So what do you mean you didn't have the money to finish the film? How can you put an unfinished film in a film festival?
We screened the film unfinished. We screened it without the final mix.
You just said to me that you had a bill for the final mix.
I just gave you the bill for the final mix.
Did you pay that?
No, I haven't paid that bill yet.
Did you get it done? What's on that bill?
The final mix is done. Yes, it's done.
So then if the final mix is done, tell me how it's not, quote, ready for distribution.
I haven't paid the guy for the final mix.
Oh, so because you don't pay your bills, that means he doesn't get his money. I just want to make sure that's what you're saying, right?
No, I'm not saying that, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'm just saying
it
that
certainly sounds like what you're saying.
I plan to pay the bill, Your Honor.
Oh, and when you pay the bill, that's when you pay him?
Yes.
Yeah. No. Are you kidding me?
Your Honor?
Do you think it's necessary?
No, I don't.
Based on the fact that the budget of this film, which you found out through the producer, is $272,000, I find you, you're actually limited to small claims amount because you didn't want to have to hire a lawyer. I find you entitled to every delicious penny of the $5,000 you are asking for. Pay the man.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Come up with your own ideas next time.
Well, in no uncertain terms, the plaintiff prevails in this lawsuit. Mr. Taub, the defendant, has just come out of the courtroom. Mr. Taub, I think the judge was having a hard time with you. She can't understand why you didn't agree to pay him.
Well, we just didn't have the money to pay him, and if we had released the film and got the film distributed, I would have gotten the distributors to pay the bill. You know, we
Why didn't you tell her you didn't have the money?
I think she never said that. I think she could assume that.
But the agreement was when it's ready for distribution, which it is, you owed him that money.
There was no way I could give him that kind of money. We didn't have that kind of money available. It's an independent film.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, but you signed the agreent. You know that.
That's correct.
You were on the hook to pay it.
I did sign the agreement. I wanted to make this movie.
Doesn't matter. You can leave a check for him at the door.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. Well, sir, finally you're going to get something out of this.
Yeah.
You're not going to get all your due. I mean, $5,000 is not what you're really entitled to, but maybe he'll give you more if it gets distributed.
Well, it's a low-budget film. I want to go on to bigger and better things. And the thing is, Ari is a director that couldn't direct the making of a TV dinner. He's,
You guys love each other, don't you?
yeah, well,
Yep.
he's a mook.
Oh, a what?
A mook.
I don't know what that is.
Well, you'll find out. It's nothing dirty.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Harvey, what's a mook?
Okay, Doug, FYI, if this guy didn't agree to the deal, he could have gotten a lot more from the defendant.